Right, it's a Wigan Athletic at home on Saturday, another derby match. What are your thoughts ahead of this one?
Just that it's a home game, and for us it's always a very special fixture, to look forward to every home game. And I just hope that we'll be able to show, again, something for our fans on the day.
They're battling against relegation, similar to Blackpool last week. They were very resilient. Shows how difficult these fixtures can be.
Yeah, but it's to be expected, and anyone I've spoken to before coming into the championship did say that you've got those teams who are fighting for promotion, and you've got those teams who are fighting against relegation, and then you've got the middle who might not have anything to play for. And obviously we're playing against a team that's fighting against relegation, so they have something to play for, and these fixtures are very difficult in this period of time.
You'll know Shaun very well from his time in Belgium. Tell us about him.
No, obviously, just a very likeable character, and he was an important member of the staff from Roberto Martinez when we played the World Cup semi-final, and I think it was his time as well to go on and make his own career. But it was in a good environment to start as a coach. I know the level of detail Roberto Martinez used to go into before every game, the preparation he used to have. And so in terms of starting off your career, I think he definitely was in the right environment to just to get himself up there.
Wigan's a big job for him, isn't it? It'll be a tough job.
I know, but he has a history with the club, and he will. I think he will get them going no matter what the outcome is of this season. And in the end, you can see that the team in the games I've watched from Wigan, you can see that they've got something to play for. They're playing. They're putting up a fight. The game against West Brom was as close as it gets, and we know how tough a place it is to go to West Brom. So that team is alive, and no matter the outcome of the season, I think it's a team with a lot of progression still.
Josh Brownhill hobbled off at Blackpool. How is he?
Yeah, unavailable, and it leaves me again wondering why so many AstroTurfs are flanking the sides of the pitches at the moment.
Yeah, you weren't happy about that. Too close to the touchline, I think.
Yeah, but look, it's every ground and including Turf Moor in some areas, not everywhere. But I think it was a trend that was made about 10-15 years ago, I think, or something, and it took over at every ground. But I'm pretty sure those decisions, the decision at the time to change the surroundings of the pitch was made by non-football people. It has to be. If you would have put any person in charge that was that had set a foot on a football pitch at a decent level, he would have told you that it makes no sense to do that. So I think it's injury number 3 or 4 that I witness in this way, and they're usually bad ones because they're torsions.
The 5-1 win at the DW Stadium. It's a big win for Burnley back in August. Big win for you. Some good memories for you.
Yeah, it was one of those benchmark performances. I think it was on the back of a little bit of a difficult spell. And in that game, just everything seemed to be going for us. It wasn't an easy game at all. But it kind of kick-started out what we showed later on in the season, which is the ability to score a lot of goals. And I think we learned a lot from that game as well. I remember that they were quite direct, hitting us in the channels, and they created some pain in that way. And then we changed the way we pressed. We changed the way we adapted a lot after that game, and the team solidified. It's one of the benchmark games this season.
Yalmar's been nominated for Championship Player of the Month. How impressed have you been with him so far?
Yeah, it's not a bad start. And he's 24, I think. Yeah. So in terms of being a centre half, he's still a young centre half, and I think everybody would agree with me that he does express he expresses a lot more experience than his age would suggest. But in the end, he's a Sweden international, and we're not surprised of his performance levels.
It's going to be a full house at Turf Moor. The atmosphere's been excellent all season. That unbeaten record is something to protect.
Yeah, we got to stop mentioning it though. It's like, it's the biggest thing for me is that I think we always give it a go. We always go and give everything we have. But when we're at home, we got that extra little bit of a push where, ball that lands, that ball was bouncing a couple of times on the line of the Blackpool goalkeeper, in that game, and I feel like when he's home, there's just we just have that little bit of extra length in our shoes, it seems, and we get on the end of it and score those goals. But that's what the crowd gives you, and I really want to use that not just for now, but I know in the future, if you fast forward a few months from now, this place will be crucial.
Listen, good luck. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Afternoon,
Okay.
on Brownie, do you expect him to be back before the end of the season, or what?
Yeah, gosh, no. No, hopefully, like the international break in for Brownie, in his terms, it comes at the right time. So we'll see how he progresses, and ideally we're getting back for the first game after the international break. But I know with these things you got to be a bit cautious. We'll see.
What's the latest on Ian Maatson as well? Is he close to being back?
He's fine. He's good. Yeah.
How about any other injured players, Jay Rodriguez and Benny? Are you still keeping an eye on them?
Yeah, I'm happy we've got them back in training now. So they're not at match fitness level though. So we'll see again. And I anticipate a little bit on this, but it's happening actually as we speak. Where we're gonna have a decision to make whether it's worth rolling them out before the international break, or whether we use the extended period to have them for the last 10 games, which we all know are crucial as well.
Obviously, you still got Taylor Howell-Bellis to come back into the squad as well.
Same training with the team, yeah. So it's literally been his first session, so a lot of positive news other than Brownie.
With Taylor, given he's not played with Ekdal or Al-Dakil yet, how much looking forward to you to seeing that in action, and how do you think he'll complement those two whenever he does get the chance to play with them?
Yeah, I think it's a good question. They've all, I think at this moment in time we have 4 or 5 with Charlie Taylor centre halves who've all performed this season. I mean, our defensive record has happened despite the change of personnel. But it's something. I mean, I can imagine. Amin is the fastest one. You can always have these cliches. The fast one with the ones who are a little bit more robust, and then you've got. But I think that they're all round very, very complete defenders. The 4 the 5 even I would say that we got. And I don't know. I can't tell you, but I know I want our players to be available again. It makes us stronger with. I think we're due having players back now. Yeah.
I mean, Jordan Bayer obviously came in towards the end of the summer. I think it was last day of the window. Given that he was such a late arrival and didn't obviously have pre-season with you, and he's become such a key player for you, how pleasing has that been to see him blossom throughout the course of this season?
Yeah, and I still feel he's got a lot to go still. So he has improved, but I think I put personally the bar extremely high for him, and the only thing I can always fall back on is the willingness to learn. Is it there? And in his case, it's there. But I put the bar actually for all our defenders, the young defenders, all of them, and I put the bar very high for them. So there's bits and bobs that I can pick out where. Whether it's clearances at times or challenges in the box, or whether it's getting the wrong side, getting the right side of your man and facing target man. And I'm naming just random things right now, but there's loads of these bits that you learn with experience, that you get with experience, that will make these guys a lot better than what they are today, and they're at a very good level already.
Obviously, with Jordan, he's on loan. Do you have to put any conversations about potential his future and potential of him, coming back here next season in whatever capacity? Do you have to put that on the back burner for now and just get the job done on the pitch and get sorted?
I mean, get the job done is our number one priority, and then I think the right way to go about it is always to have a conversation with the club first, which we we will do no doubt with the players that we've been able to loan for this season. And when we have the conversation with the club, only then we'll proceed to anything else.
Obviously, Nathan Tell as well, he's been one of your standout players this season as well. It's kind of been for him a bit of a breakout year, I would suggest. It's particularly with the figures that he's got this season. How important has that been for him for his career as well? Because he's obviously 23 now. He's not necessarily a young player anymore. He's obviously a very experienced player. How important has this season been for him and his personal development?
Yeah, every player needs that one reference season because it lasts for a while. I remember I had two early on in my career at 17 and 18. I had two reference seasons. Where I kind of proven I could play at a very good level. And then it took me 3 or 4 years to get back to having a good season. And what I mean by that is but once you've done it, you never doubt that it's going to come back because you've done it before. And a lot of players now arrive to the age of 24, 25, and you look back and there's not one reference season. There's not one season where they can go back to and say, well, when I play consistently, this is what I'm able to do. So for Tella, this one's in the bag now almost. And the exciting part is he can finish strongly and put a bar even higher, and that's what I hope he'll get before the end of the season.
Just a last one from me on Lyle Foster. Obviously, it's still very early days in his Burnley career. How much potential do you feel he has? And obviously, he'll be given the time to show that. How much potential do you feel is there with Lyle?
I think in terms of tools, and remember all the players we bought were players where we bought them on tools rather than proven track record because we couldn't afford them otherwise. But in terms of tools, he's got all the tools. He's able to receive the ball between the lines. He's got decent speed to run in behind as well. He's strong in contact. He can run. So meaning if we don't have the ball, he won't weaken us in the press. And I think now the rest is and I said that to him and I said it before he came as well. It's like we're really happy with the strikers we have. So all he has to do now literally is just blend his way in and then he'll have his moment. And when he has his moment, then he'll have the momentum. But I'm pleased with the tools I've seen so far because I know what these type of players can become, But then they're young. It's still all about the work you do in training.
Thanks for your time, isn't it?
Thank you. Thank you.